The Delusion of Passion: Why Millennials Struggle to Find Success by Mark Nathan and David Anderson. Decades from now, we believe that our millennial generation will have the opportunity to be remembered as the most productive generation in history. Sure, we could be doing more, but we're not lazy, we're uninspired. We want to find something worth doing, not just find something to do. What we need isn't a lecture, but rather the right mindset. The 1 degree off principle is simply this: the further you plan to go, the more damaging 1 degree off becomes. Wanting the most out of life is a mindset. It's understanding that your life is a journey, a constant exploration of who you are and what you have to offer the world, a struggle between the person you are and the person that you could be. What happens when you start with bad info? Living with passion sounds like a really big deal, because it is. Yes, I was passionate about the work, but should I have been passionate about a life that didn't give me the control I wanted or the ability to care for my family? Finding your passion makes you passive. It keeps you waiting. It makes you a passenger in your own life. Creating puts you in the driver's seat. Instead of finding our passion, what if we started creating a life we could be passionate about living? Creating a life of passion means that you aren't the victim or beneficiary of the people in your life. They are there to teach you valuable lessons, good and bad, that will prepare you to unlock a new level of success in your life. The relationships you develop now could play an irreplaceable role in what happens to you next month or 10 years from now. Delusion number 1: where there is passion, there is no pain. But the truth is bittersweet. Not only is living a passionate life going to involve pain, a truly passionate life is often birthed from pain. Pain is so part of the process, and anyone who has achieved high levels of success will tell you so. Why? Because pain is what guards the extraordinary. No matter how deeply passionate you are, there will be moments where you are hurting physically, mentally, and/or emotionally. Don't avoid pain, embrace it. Embracing the hurt is what creates a deeper level of respect and connection. Pain is the process of true passion being born. Delusion number 2: where there is passion, there are no problems. Great companies create a vision for the future, all the while acknowledging with brutal honesty the company's current shortcomings. If you want to pursue greatness and a life of passion, don't ignore the brutal fact that there are issues to deal with. There is a difference between the facts of your life and the problems in your life, although in many cases they'll revolve around the same thing. It was a fact that I had a tendency to mumble when I spoke, but that fact became a problem when I wanted to be a leader, which requires communication skills. Facts become problems when they're cramping your style. When the facts impede your progress in life, they become problems that need to be dealt with. Problems identify weaknesses that will stop you from being amazing. Nature gives us a great understanding of this principle when we watch the simple brilliance of a caterpillar emerging from its cocoon. The newly formed butterfly is battling with the fact that it's inside of its silk shell. It wants to be outside so it can start to fly. But what the butterfly doesn't know is that the problem it's facing is actually what will give it the strength to accomplish the end goal. The struggle to get out of the cocoon is the time the butterfly develops the wing strength it needs to take flight. If it's not strong enough to break out of its cocoon, it's not strong enough to fly. Knowing this, would you want to help the butterfly get out of its cocoon? If you saw it struggling, would you assist it and cut the slit open to speed things up? In helping the butterfly avoid its problems, you would essentially sentence it to death. Overcoming your problems will actually provide you with the qualities you'll need to live the life you are meant to live. What you find in any problem isn't a struggle, it's the strength to move on. Your problems are not a big deal if you understand what they are. They are simply revealing areas that need to be dealt with in order for you to be fully awesome. Your passion will give you a vision for the future and, through that, a willingness to embrace your problems. Even though you're passionate about something, there is still a lot of work to be done. When you embrace your problems, you embrace the future that awaits you when you overcome them. Take a really honest look at what you need to deal with right now so that you can continue to shape the future you want. Delusion number 3. Passion precedes total commitment. Commitment is a progressive thing. Don't be afraid to start somewhere and just get involved. There will undoubtedly be many factors to consider as you begin, but don't get buried in the what-if scenarios. For every uncertainty you can foresee, there are dozens of exciting possibilities that you don't even know to consider. Take it one step at a time. Evaluate your decision based on what you're looking for long term. Get started and let your commitment grow in incremental steps. At the checkout counter of life, success is never on sale. You must always pay full price. Increased commitment always comes before increased success. The problem with letting our passion dictate what we do is that we often mistake our passion for our feelings. Feelings don't care about your future. They don't filter through a brain cell or have a plan. They just happen. They can be influenced by chemicals firing in your brain, hormones in your body, and even in digestion. If you make decisions based on just feelings, life will never give you the kind of results you want, because feelings are transient by nature and highly reactive, and nothing is smooth sailing all of the time. If you let feelings run your life, you won't have a long-lasting relationship because the emotion of love comes and goes. Getting started and becoming involved doesn't require passion. Moving from engagement to commitment doesn't require passion. Staying committed until you start accomplishing small goals doesn't require passion. After you've achieved a little success, you can look back and identify the things that you connected with the most. The passion you so desperately want to find is actually something you unlock and create on your way to the next success. We shouldn't make decisions based on feelings alone, but rather should make decisions based on creating a positive difference for the future. If it's a good, logical move, or even if it simply interests you, commit to starting and take it one step at a time. Passion follows commitment, not the other way around. Delusion number 4. You must be passionate about the process. I finally learned that my thought process was what was causing my problems. I was focused too much on enjoyment and not focused enough on accomplishment. Life is tough, but it's tougher when you're focused on the wrong things. Most think there must be a deep feeling of passion before starting a new project or a new chapter in life. In reality, passion is not a prerequisite for beginning anything. Feeling passionate is much too unstable of a foundation to make long-term decisions. The best time to evaluate your passion is after there has been involvement, commitment, and accomplishment. Everything meaningful has stages of drudgery and stages of triumph. It has a beginning, a struggle, and a victory. The truth about passion is that it drives you, but it doesn't eliminate the fact that accomplishment is a process, not an event. Passion is always found in the achievement, but is not always found in the work. Real accomplishment will only belong to those who understand that real passion will be saved for the end. At the core of every passionate endeavor is the mundane process. I learned that communication is not really about what you say, but rather about what the other person hears. If there are parts of the process that are boring or frightening and yet are necessary to accomplish the things you're passionate about, my recommendation is that you get good at them. Remember, you don't have to be passionate about the process. Simply be passionate about the results and do the work to get you where you want to be. Delusion 5. Living passionately is all about you. No matter how much success, money, or accolades you acquire, it's the relationships you build in life that bring you happiness. The big mistake people make with passion is focusing too much on what's happening on the inside instead of what's happening on the outside. Feeling like you've added value to the lives of others is what makes you feel valuable. It's your gifts, talents, and heart in the service of others. Money is a tool to help you positively affect other people. Your passion is a tool. Your unique passion is a resource that helps fuel your ability to add value to your world. Relationships are what bring happiness. Affecting people in positive ways brings happiness. Don't become emotionally attached to money or passion, because when you chase either, you'll be chasing them the rest of your life. Chase purpose and live a life that's bigger than you. When you do that, passion will find you. Part 1 review. Actually, feelings in general are a very unreliable way to make decisions, especially potentially long-term decisions. Passion is not the beginning, but rather the end result of giving something everything you've got. You can't grab onto new stuff until you let go of the old stuff. Let go of this. You will one day find your true passion and life can really begin. Grab onto this. You will create a life that you are passionate about living with every decision you make, every day. No one else can create this life of awesomeness except you. You are responsible for maximizing the talents you've been given. Create your life, resolve and refuse. One of the challenges in operating from passion alone is that it's an entirely emotional experience, and success isn't emotional. In fact, achieving success is mostly mental. The thing that helps you thrive beyond passion is knowing what you want and what you don't want. When you have resolve, you are relentless in your pursuit and purposeful in your journey. But here's the tricky thing about resolve. You have to have seen something in your life or in your mind before you can know if you really want it. While resolve has to do with a deep commitment to attain the things you want, refusal is the grounding mechanism of knowing what you don't want. While resolve will motivate you, refusal will mature you. Resolve is typically born out of passion. Refusal is typically born out of pain. Create your life. Develop daily habits. Ideas don't move people, emotions do. When it hurts badly enough, you'll decide to change. Deciding to change is hard. Being patient enough to change is harder. Changing is not an overnight accomplishment. Change is planned. Change is patient. But ultimately, change is simple. If you want to change your life, just change something you do consistently every day. Bad habits are tough to eliminate, but easy to replace. The hidden secret to creating a better life is changing your daily habits. The hidden secret to changing your daily habits is replacing habits you already have with better ones. To create a life you're passionate about, you will need to develop into a better version of yourself. What you do every day is what shapes your future. Big changes stem from small habits. Consistency is everything. The most crucial part of developing yourself isn't picking the perfect habits, it's doing them daily. You can't master something you do occasionally. The more people you tell about your habits, the more accountable you become. The more you talk about anything, the more convinced you become. If you are waiting for other people to encourage you, you are missing out on a huge piece of this puzzle. The person you hear more than anyone else is you. If you are encouraging yourself and talking about your goals and habits often, you become your own best motivator. Too many people lose time getting ready to get ready. The person you are can become the person you want to be. Developing consistent habits is what will help you forge that path. Create your life. Surround yourself with amazing people. None of us are independent people. We are all interdependent. Successful businesses often start with two people who have complementing strengths. Successful partnerships complement one another, create win-win situations, and can multiply your results. I think your primary focus should be on the value you add to other people's lives. Relationships that are functional and productive have to be a two-way street. A building is really only as good as its foundation, so if the foundation isn't strong enough to hold the house together, you'll have something that may look great but will inevitably crumble. That's exactly why your own growth is so important. Your personal development is your foundation that will allow you to build up to even bigger accomplishments. Mentorship is the fastest way to accelerate your personal development. The problem was that I saw people for how they could add value to my plans instead of trying to add value to theirs. That mindset won't take you very far in life, especially when you then get started in a business that requires you to prioritize other people's goals. We should be excited to move up in life because that might mean that we will have a better opportunity to serve at a higher level. Some people are in your life for a season, some are in your life for a reason, and some are with you from now until the end. Live your life, be excited, and focus on what you can give to the relationships around you. You will attract people who will then add right back to you. When you can be trusted with little, you can next be trusted with much, and a promotion to even higher levels of mentorship or partnership may be right around the corner. You will share the deepest struggles, but also the greatest successes of those closest to you. Being close to great people accomplishing great things is not an overnight process. It's developed over years of giving and adding to each other's dreams and goals. Create your life. Add value to people. There are certain ways the world works that will never change. No matter how much technology evolves, what happens in the stock market, or what is going on in your personal life, the truth remains that what goes in the ground is what's coming up. The field you're standing in reveals the seeds that were planted there. The best way to change the field you're standing in is to plant better seeds. In my adult years, I've learned to be mindful about making sure the seed I'm putting in the ground today is a field I want to be standing in tomorrow. No matter what profession you choose, where you live, or what you accomplish with your life, you will have to deal with people. How you treat other people is a seed in the ground that will eventually sprout. You can have amazing, positive, and productive people in your life, but it's all about how you treat the people in your life right now. If everything is a seed, then your attitude toward people is important to watch too. But you don't have to be planting bad seeds for life to get harder. Life gets harder on its own. If you don't plant anything good in the ground, what comes up in an empty field? Weeds. Don't think about the return. Become obsessed with adding value to others. If you aren't sure what you can do for someone, just ask. What you'll find is the most successful people tend to be the most giving. Help solve the problems of others. It's one of the most effective ways to solve your own. Solving problems does not add value if you're enabling someone's bad habits. If helping someone enables their self-destructive behavior or hurts others, it's probably best to keep your distance. Sometimes you add value to people who are a part of your day-to-day life, and sometimes your day-to-day seeds allow you the opportunity to reach people you'll never meet. Many times the seed you plant with your life produce a harvest well beyond anything you can foresee. Remember, your success in life is directly linked to those closest to you. Today, begin to add value to those people and see how much your world will change. Create your life. Kill what's in front of you. You can't have level 11 results with your level 2 problems. Life levels don't have a set duration. There is a tendency to think of progressing through life in a very linear way, like we can progress through school. But this type of thinking is 1 degree off. The journey you are on is yours alone and will require tools and skills that are unique to you. Levels in life help you develop into the best possible version of you. The rewards you want in life are always unlocked by acquiring new skills. And the only way to do that is to move up from the life level you're at now. You must develop character, ethics, and a healthy balance of humility and confidence if you are to finish strong in the levels you've reached. You can't win at the highest levels in life by avoiding things you don't like. Leveling up in life is simple. Don't avoid your problems and kill what's in front of you. If it needs to get done, just suck it up and do it as well and as soon as you can. The great thing about life is that it doesn't give you what you hope for, it gives you what you deserve. Don't hope for a life of passion. Create a life you're passionate about living. Conclusion. Game on. We will never find a life we are passionate about. Rather, we must create a life we're passionate about. We need to develop amazing relationships as well as habits and focus on adding value everywhere we go. And we must build a life we're proud to be living, one victory at a time, which only happens when you kill what's in front of you. The truth is, you are either moving forward with time or you are moving backward by default. The only thing that will never change in life is that life is always changing. You need to keep up with how fast things are evolving in order to stay ahead in life. Life seems hard only when you haven't decided to embrace change. Don't fight change, embrace it. Our challenge to you is to wipe the slate clean and reevaluate what you want this next chapter of your life to look like. Where is your life going, and what do you need to do at this level of the game to make your journey everything you want it to be?